Hey, what's up everyone, Enan here from Droid Mania with my latest phone unboxing for 2014. It's a requested video for the Asus Zenfone 5, and it's a phone for the budget conscious, so stick around and let's take a look inside the box. I had never really been interested in phones by Asus, especially after seeing their pad phone, but I have to say that I'm rather intrigued by the fact that there's an Intel processor inside this Android device. First up, we have the Zenfone 5, but we'll set that off to the side for now and come back to that, so that we can see what else is included inside of this box. There's this card here, which I can't read any of, so let's just move on. Then there's what appears to be some user documentation, followed by what I'm gonna say is some safety and warranty information. Next, you've got some headphones here, which I really didn't expect at this price point. You've got a USB 2.0 cable, and that's standard stuff. And then lastly, you've got the wall adapter with some Asus branding. Let's go ahead and take a final look at everything that's inside the packaging and then move on to the main attraction, the Zenfone 5 itself. Now this phone was launched in April of this year. It's got a 5-inch display, thus the name. It comes in at 720p, that's 294 pixels per inch. It weighs just 145 grams. It's available in 8 or 16 gigs for internal storage. Oh, and before I forget, it is powered by an Intel Atom chipset. But enough spec talk, let's go ahead and get inside of this device. Just one more thing before we do that, however, let's just take a quick look around the device for good measure. We'll start with the back of the device. You've got an 8 megapixel camera and an LED flash, a rear-facing speaker, along with some Asus and Intel branding here. Moving to the right, you've got what feels like a metal power button and volume up and down rocker. Along the top, you'll find the 3.5mm headphone jack and a noise-canceling microphone. There's nothing along the left-hand side except the finger notch, which is to open the back cover, and we'll get to that in a bit. Along the bottom, you've got the USB 2.0 charging port and another noise-canceling microphone. On the front, starting from the top to the bottom, you have an ear speaker, a 2 megapixel front-facing camera, and the capacitive action buttons. I also like the brushed metal trim here that blesses the chin of the phone. This is a welcomed addition and it does make the phone appear more premium in nature. So let's go ahead and pop off the back cover. Just find that finger notch that's on the left hand side, lift up, and the cover's on pretty secure, so just take your time and lift it off. Here's a look inside, and this is a dual SIM phone. I personally don't need to have dual SIMs in my phones, but it is a valid use case for some. You'll also find the micro SD slot underneath the cover and the 2110 mAh battery that's non-removable. I'll go ahead and put the cover back on so that we can boot up this phone and take a quick look at the software. Just make sure everything is tight, it's in place. Press down on all sides and you're good to go. Here's the first boot, and it reads here, Asus in search of incredible, powered by Android. So far, for someone who wasn't really interested, I gotta say I'm slightly impressed though. Incredible? That begs to be answered. There's the Intel boot animation. And I've never used the Zen UI, so let's go ahead and dig into this and we can learn together. I'll start first with the notification tray, and you can do that by pulling down on the left hand side. And since I have here the 8 gig variant, let's see how much storage we get out of the box. And it looks like you'll get a little bit more than 4.5 gigs, so you'll definitely need that SD card if you intend on adding much of anything to your phone. And just in case you're wondering, this phone does run a fairly recent version of Android. As you can see here, it is running KitKat 4.4.2. And since I've never had an Asus phone before in terms of software releases, I'll have to let you know in the full review whether this phone gets the Lollipop update. Let's continue on, and I gotta say, I really don't notice any lag up until this point. I like the fact here that there is an app drawer. I know that we've seen with some manufacturers that they don't include this with their skins. And there is some bloatware here, but we'll see what we can do about that in the full review. Just a quick look at the phone dialer, and it's pretty standard. It's clean, I like it. In terms of the camera, I'll take a couple of test shots just so that you can see how quickly it focuses and what the shutter speed looks like. I like that you can take that burst shot to catch the moment, and then you can choose the shot that's best and save it to your phone. Just a quick look at YouTube on the phone as well, because I am a media junkie, and of course you know I'll be watching some videos on it. Since this is an IPS display, I expect that the viewing angles and color representation are going to be pretty nice. Lastly, I did a little bit of web browsing and I didn't really notice any page loads or scrolling issues there. Okay, so there you have it. That's it for this video. As far as first impressions go, I'd say this phone definitely deserves a closer look. It feels quite nice in the hand, having some weight to it. The display is eye-pleasing. I didn't really catch any noticeable lag, and I really like the $159 price point. Is it the best budget phone currently on the market? I'm not sure. Incredible? Come back for my full review and let's find out. But before you go, you know what to do. If you've enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that like button like crazy. Or if you never want to see a video like this again, that's fair enough, but let me know that too. If you're new to the channel, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Yes, I'm talking to you. Go ahead and do that now. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next one.